another episode of Alcohol and Atrocities. This is actually one of our special episodes, like we typically do. Like we did one for Christmas, we did one for Halloween. We kind of fell off for Valentine's Day and New Year's, but we were dying, so
Yeah, that
there's
was the time we should not speak about.
yeah. It's our dark moments in history of alcohol and atrocities. We are your finally again weekly AA meeting for all things true crime. I, as always, am your host Chela.
And I am your host, Michelle.
Today we are going to be talking about a mother who took revenge on the murderer of her child,
Yes.
Marianne Bachmeier.
I would love to hear where you guys sit on this after this nonsense.
Right. And if I'm not moving as much, it's because my computer is really lagging, but you guys begged for videos, and so here we are.
You gonna get it.
Yeah. For our drinks today, I'm pairing this episode with the national drink of all moms, which is wine.
And I've got iced tea and whiskey.
Same from our Rwanda episode.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because this takes place in Germany, and you know Germany is the national drink of beer, and I hate beer. We gotta stop doing places with beer.
Well, I can't help it. Most people like beer. You're the only one that I know that doesn't like beer.
Yeah, no thanks. So Marianne Bachmeier, also known as Germany's Revenge Mother. She was born June 3rd, 1950 in West Germany. So that makes her a Gemini. Geminis are spicy.
I know a lot of Geminis.
Me too.
I can see a Gemini doing that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, definitely can see like Valerie or Megan doing this. Those are the two Geminis that I know personally.
Yeah. I just see all Geminis can do that.
I don't know. Then again, I feel like this is more of a mother's rage than it is an astrological sign type thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm a Capricorn and I would do what she did.
Yeah. It's definitely a mother's rage, which is perfect because Mother's Day.
Yeah.
She grew up in a small town of Sarstedt, West Germany, where her parents had fled after World War II from East Prussia. Her father was a member of the Waffen SS, which is a combat branch of the Nazi Schutzstaffel organization. So the SS people. So he was a Nazi.
Like most people.
Damn, most people?
Yeah.
Well,
especially now more than ever.
Well, that's true. She was raised in a conservative home with a devoutly religious family. Her father was kind of the stereotypical authoritative figure, a heavy drinker who spent most of his time at a bar close to the house. So stereotype, shitty childhood.
A man of his time.
Pretty much, exactly. Home life wasn't pleasant, and the drinking actually made him more aggressive. So not great. Eventually, her parents would divorce, and her mother would later remarry. People would say that Marianne was perceived as a troubled adolescent by what she described as a dictatorial stepfather, and her mother eventually kicked her out of the house. So that's
been there. Can relate.
In 1966, at the age of 16, Marianne had her first child, whom she placed for adoption as an infant. She became pregnant again at the age of 18 by her boyfriend. Marianne was also raped shortly before the birth of her second child at a disco. Why are you at a disco when you almost like 9 months pregnant? I was at a strip
club when I was 5 months pregnant with Mercedes. I got this amazing lap dance. The girl did a backflip off my lap.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like...
Girl.
Listen. And then we had a long conversation about comic books and her hoo-ha being pierced.
Nice. Yeah. Great experience. Her second child was also placed for adoption as an infant. So no children that she's keeping. So far. Marianne began dating the manager of Tipasa, which is a bar where they both worked, in 1972. She became pregnant for the third time at the age of 22. On November 14th, 1972, Marianne's third child, Anna, was born, and she raised her alone. As a result, Marianne took her to work at the pub, and she was said to never feel a need to rush home after her regular hours behind the bar. So she was just, yeah. She's not a great mom. I'm not saying she's a great mom.
Yeah, no, like, listen, out of all the moms we could have chosen, I think this is the most tame one that's not going to make me cry in the corner.
Yeah.
Because I literally watched the video of this lady on TikTok earlier, and she put her baby in the microwave.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I just saw a TikTok of it was a dad, but the dad had killed his wife and the two babies, and the mom was calling 911, and it was the audio recording of the 911 call of her screaming her head off. And I was like, that's not something I want to hear on Mother's Day.
Yeah, right.
Rough shit. In two 1984 documentary films, one called No Time for Tears, the Bachman case, and Anna's mother, the other name, Marianne was portrayed as a single mother who worked well into the night and then slept into the day, leaving her 7-year-old daughter on her own during the day. Marianne was aware of her problematic lifestyle and wanted to put Anna up for adoption also. She didn't do it when she was a teenager. She just realized, I'm not cut out for motherhood.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have that, like, epiphany. Like, I had that epiphany after I had Antonio, but yet...
Right. Still vibing.
Yeah.
Friends later said that Marianne treated Anna like a little adult, and from a young age, she was expected to take care of many things on her own. Anna frequently slept at the bar as her mother partied. According to a friend of Marianne's, Anna was a vibrant youngster who never truly had a pleasant life.
Okay, so, like, I don't agree with the child being there on, like, the bench while you're throwing your ass circle.
Right.
But I don't hate the fact that she had Anna be, like, a little bit more independent. If you know me in real life, you know that both of my kids are very independent for both 10 and 5 years old.
Yeah, mine too. So I wasn't so upset with that, but I wanted to include it. But I treat my little humans like little adults because they're going to be adults at some point.
Exactly. Like, I talk to my kids like I would anybody else, because why am I going to sit here and, like, sugarcoat stuff? Like, the biggest problem that I have is with people telling me, oh, you shouldn't tell them the actual names of their body parts. They should have
that's names. The first thing that you shouldn't. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Because if a little girl comes up to a teacher and goes, yeah, my uncle licked my cookie, teachers are not going to think vajima jam.
Exactly. All right.
I'm trying to make this YouTube
friendly.
Approved.
So now, unfortunately, we get to Anna's murder. On May 5th, 1980, when Anna was 7 years old, she had an argument with her mother and decided to skip school. First off, you are 7 years old. Get your ass to class.
But I mean, I guess that's, like, what kind of happens when you treat your kid like an adult. They start to grow. Yeah. Like, I have a good barrier with my kids. I talk to them like they're adults, but at the same time, I make it a point to remind them that they're children.
Right. Yeah. As far as what we know about Marianne, it looks like she blurred that line for sure.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. She didn't teeter on, parental guidance. But she had an argument with her mom and decided to skip school. On this day, Anna was abducted by Klaus Grabowski, a 35-year-old whose home she had visited before to play with his cats. So clearly someone in the neighborhood that was known.
It's always somebody you know.
Always
somebody you know.
Mm-hmm. Grabowski was a balding, bearded former butcher that had a long criminal record, including sex offenses against young girls.
You know what I never understand? Mm-hmm. How can you be bald but have
a beard?
And also, if you're bald, how high up do you go when you're washing your face?
That's great. I love it.
Let us know in the comments.
Where is your hairline? Anyway, that's interesting. Now I'm stuck. In 1973, he was put on a year's probation after trying to strangle a 6-year-old girl. So he's got a type. Uh, he's definitely he's done this before. It's so awkward. I'm laughing because it's awkward.
Yeah, we're not laughing at what happened to the poor child. We're just
Absolutely not. It's just the fact that he was out on the streets having the record that he did is insane.
right, right.
He held Anna for several hours at his home, sexually assaulted her, and ultimately strangled her with a pair of his fiance's tights.
And he had a fiance.
Oh, girl, yes, girl, yes. His fiance gave him up.
First of all, women who date sex offenders.
Yeah,
for why and how.
Yeah,
for why and how.
The thing I will give to her is that she turned him in that day. She turned him in. She was not.
But even still, why get into a relationship with somebody who's diddling little children?
That's true.
Wants to diddle the children.
Right.
Like my biggest example of that, I don't know if anybody's ever watched Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Mama June got back together with the dude who raped one of her daughters, or like maybe not raped, however you want to say it. Like, he did some things to her, and then brought him back. Like, what?
I don't know. Some people, looks like he didn't have kids, which is good, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
According to the prosecutor, he tied the girl up and packed her into a box, and then left her on the shore of a canal. His fiance then turned him in to the police that same day. So good on her for not trying to cover her fiance's tracks. The bare minimum. The bar is on the floor.
She leave. But did she leave?
That's actually I could not find. I'm assuming she did. I wanna know that she's out there living her best life, but I'm not sure.
I hope she's not a mother. No happy Mother's Day to her.
Right. In 1976, he voluntarily submitted to chemical castration. Although it was later revealed that he subsequently underwent hormone therapy to try to reverse the castration. That shouldn't have been allowed.
Absolutely not.
Once arrested, Grabowski stated that the girl wanted to tell her mother that he had abused her to extort him for money. The 7-year-old? He said that his fear of going back to prison was what prompted him to kill her. I also forgot to put here, I don't know why I didn't put it in here. He said that Anna was trying to seduce him. Yes. He said Anna was trying to seduce him, and then said that when he wouldn't do anything with her because of the chemical castration, she threatened to tell her mom that she was abused in exchange for money. That was his story. A 7-year-old. Like, I know she's a little lady and she was being treated as an adult, but that doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, let me do all that to the theme of Baby Shark. Baby Shark, do. Like,
it makes no sense.
Does this do it for you?
Yes.
Vigilante justice. On March 6, 1981, the third day of Grabowski's trial, and around 10 a.m., Marianne smuggled a Beretta 70 into the courtroom of Lubeck District Courtroom 157 and shot Klaus Grabowski, the confessed killer of her daughter, in the back. That's the picture behind her.
Yes.
She aimed the gun at Grabowski's back and fired 7 times. 6 shots hit him, and the 35-year-old defendant was killed almost instantly. Good for her.
Yes, we love
it. Yeah. Marianne then lowered her gun and was apprehended without resistance.
She knew what she was doing, and
she was just like boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, pretty much. She literally, it was just like drops gun.
Damn. I mean, listen, even if I was an ain't shit mom, right? Mm-hmm. You do something to my kids, I am coming after you. Exactly. And if you know what happened with my daughter a couple years ago, because legally I can't talk about it anymore because it was a part of my settlement, but you know I go to bat for mommy.
Exactly.
So I'm not surprised that this mom was just like, fuck the fact that I ain't great.
Right.
I'm gonna get vengeance.
Exactly.
So the public's reaction, because our reaction is so great. The incident is one of the most well-known cases of vigilante justice in West Germany. It sparked extensive media coverage and television crews worldwide traveled to Lubeck to report on the case. Because I mean, like, obviously, you got a parent who just comes in the court,
Yeah.
and then
How
it's
they
just
let her
like,
go with the gun is blowing me. Where did she
well, I
put
mean,
it?
it was the 80s. It's
Mm-hmm.
like before, all the security checks and stuff like that. Like
True.
terrorism brought in all of the checkpoints and
That's
stuff
true.
like that. So
That's
this is
valid.
before all of that. So I'm not surprised that she probably put it in her purse, went in, the crying mother,
Yeah.
um, because I don't want to say the woe is me mother because,
Yeah.
you know, but and then
The
she
woe is
probably,
valid.
yeah, then she probably was just like, fuck this shit. I'm assuming, I'm visualizing that maybe shit wasn't going in the way she thought it was going to.
Right.
Like, maybe this man might have convinced them that this kid was trying to seduce him to Baby Shark, and
Right.
was like, because girls and women, we always get the short end of the stick. Shit, you
Right.
get raped, and all of a sudden it's your fault.
What you were wearing, what you were doing. All of
Yeah,
it comes to
so
question. Yeah.
maybe that put her over the edge. At least that's what I'm
That,
envisioning
yeah.
in my head.
That
I
would
mean,
do it for me too.
personally for me, you kill my kid, I'm killing you back,
Facts.
and I'm smiling in my
Absolutely.
mugshot,
Absolutely.
and I'm going to try to get to your body to smear the blood, so when I'm smiling in my mugshot, you just see with blood
Facts.
everywhere.
Absolutely.
Marianne sold her life story for about 100,000.
Deutschmarks.
Cool, because I was about to say douche marks. um Roughly a lot of money in the US. You can say the number.
$419 with 89 cents. That's her life story.
Not even 500 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
To the news magazine Stern. With the fee, she covered her legal costs.
I
Less
mean,
than
this is the 80s,
Oh,
Inflation hasn't hit just yet.
yeah, true. While held in custody, many sent her messages of support, gifts, and flowers to indicate their understanding of her conduct.
Right.
Makes sense. Nonetheless, there were still individuals who believed that a constitutional state should not condone vigilante justice.
Also understood.
Fuck that. In addition, after Stern published her life story and details about her first two children and her father's connection to the Waffen SS came to light, public opinion shifted as she no longer appeared to fit the innocent mother image.
Look,
I mean, don't, what is the
she was a
saying? Something
teenager.
about the sins of the father onto the children, some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yes. Exactly. He was. Didn't say anything about her political views.
And plus, she was born in 1950, so the war had came to an end.
Exactly.
The fact that he didn't get charged with his war crimes beforehand, that's a them
Not it.
problem, not a
Yeah.
her problem.
Exactly. And for her to give up her kids for adoption, she was a teenager. She thought this was the best option. And I agree with her. A 16-year-old, it's a rough time being pregnant at 16 and being a parent. So I get
Especially
it.
when you come from ain't shit parents.
Exactly.
Because
She gave
most people that I've talked to that either have had the smortions or have given their kids up for adoptions is because their parents should have done the same.
right, pretty much. And the fact that she did that early on with her two kids and she was already considering Anna to be put into adoption just shows that she was aware that maybe she wasn't the best parental figure. And I give her props for that.
Yeah.
Give her
I mean,
props for that.
you got to give props.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess Anna was the experiment.
Right. But she was finally of age.
It's not that bad.
Right. I'm of age now. I got a job. Let's see what happens.
Exactly.
And then little by little was like, maybe not.
I bit off more than I could chew.
Exactly.
Give them back. All to you guys. Anyway, that aside, the judiciary is also criticized by many for enabling a man who had sexually abused two girls to use hormones in order to regain his libido.
Like I said, that shouldn't have been allowed. If you've been chemically castrated, it's for a freaking reason.
Absolutely.
No
You shouldn't be able to be out here again taking some hormones, slinging dick. Get out of here, bro.
You done. You done. It is
You
what
done.
it is.
Especially when he volunteer it.
Yes.
Exactly. So how did you not know the consequences of your own action, my guy? The consequence. My actions catching up. That's literally what happened.
A freaking idiot, bro.
For real.
And I guess, cases like this, we always look at the legal side. We're always just like, how did it let it get this far? He was caught twice in, situations with young girls, and he was out and about. Making sense. Yeah.
I don't understand how sex offenders don't serve more time. And in some cases, they don't serve any time and they're on probation for a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, follow your probation, pay your fees, and then you're registered to the sex offender list here in America, and then you're just off on your way.
Yeah. Yeah. And
like that's
crazy.
Behooves me.
And there's this website, I don't remember right now, but you can look up all the sexual offending people in the area. Mm-hmm. And you will be like, okay, you know how they can't live X amount of feet from a school? As soon as it hits that feet, you see red all around. And it's like, they know what they're doing.
In some states, they actually have to have a sign in front of their house.
Yeah, which honestly I think is valid. Fuck it. Everyone should know.
Absolutely.
But that's just my opinion.
Our opinion.
There we go.
Share the same opinion.
Facts.
Others accused Marianne of having neglected Anna and doubted the authenticity of her grief. Nonetheless, numerous individuals only demonstrated their compassion for the retaliatory action.
Right. So not so much for her, but the fact that she took revenge. And honestly, for them to be like, oh, I doubt the authenticity of her grief, she literally murdered him. How is that? Like, how do you play that off?
You got to accomplish what a lot of parents want to do when it comes to somebody hurting their children or unfortunately unaliving their child. Her grief was not imaginary.
Like, yeah, it's one thing if the case was going on and they were like, oh, well, Marianne's mother looks, she doesn't look sad. But no, she literally did something. How is that not? That to me is like the highest form of grief.
Exactly. Like, what is it, like 5 stages of grief? One of them is anger.
Exactly.
So don't sit here and tell me that her grief is invalid when she literally was at the anger stage.
Exactly. That's like literally an emotion.
For real. Is it Marianne or Marianne? Marianne. Marianne's lawyers had argued she was under severe emotional stress and was not responsible for her actions at the time. That is going to be my defense when I finally snap. I had to deadpan for a second so that people understood, like, that, y'all,
right?
That is me. The case suffered a serious setback when Gunther.
Yeah, look at you. Fuck yeah.
Gunther Kroger, the judge at Grabowski's trial, said he heard the woman express satisfaction after the shooting. First of all, before I read this quote, let me just put this out there. You fuck with my kids and I fuck back. Oh, there's going to be satisfaction.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. And like 10 points to Slytherin because I have pronounced everything correctly.
So. Yes, man. Take a shot.
Yes. If you're new here, that's our ongoing thing is, whenever I pronounce something correctly, you take a shot because I am functionally stupid.
So apparently all we needed was to give you German.
Right? of all languages.
Right.
Not the Spanish that I am a native speaker of, not French that I also speak, German. So her quote, I wanted to shoot him in the face, but I only got him in the back. I hope he's dead. Fuck yes. Yes. Because I've never wanted to shoot somebody in the face. I've always wanted to like strangle somebody. I want to see the life leave your eyes, but I feel as though shooting somebody in the face, I probably couldn't handle that. As odd as that sounds.
Yeah.
Because like, it's messy.
It is.
Like, I don't know. I guess I want the projectile to be the opposite direction.
That makes sense. I think it makes sense.
I mean, like, even still, like, if you shoot somebody in the face, it is in the opposite direction. Like, if you shoot them here, it's going to go that way.
Yeah.
But I feel as though, like, from the back to the front makes a statement. Because if there's somebody standing in front of him, brain splatter on the other person.
Yeah.
So then you get to traumatize multiple people at once.
Facts.
And I'm all about the trauma. The judge quoted Marianne as saying, well, that's what he quoted her as saying. Sorry, I read that fucking retardedly. See, functionally stupid. Defense attorneys argued that Marianne had had a troubled life and was mentally unstable. Aren't we all?
Facts.
I feel like if you were born in the late 80s, and what I mean by the late 80s is like 85 to 90, 85 to about 93, none of us are mentally stable.
At all.
On November 2nd, 1982, Marianne was initially charged in court with murder. Later, the prosecution dropped the murder charge. She shouldn't have been charged with anything.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Homegirl,
she should have gotten a gold medal and went about her day.
Yep. Free my girl.
What parent can honestly sit there and be like, I'm going to let justice run its course? No.
Right.
No.
It always pisses me off when I see stories of where the parent forgave the killer. I'm like, fuck that.
The only time I understand forgiving the killer is what's his face? Paris. Paris killed his sister.
Oh,
So he was about 13. I want to say she was like 4. And he claimed that he went into a rage and killed his sister. Like he didn't mean to kill her, but something took over. That one I understand because she lost 2 kids at once.
Right.
So I understand the forgiving a sibling. I mean, if it were my kids, if Mercedes just woke up one day and I was like, I've had it with this tiny white child, I don't think I would forgive Mercedes because I'd be like, bro, what the fuck?
Right.
Like her dad might, but I won't. Because I'm like,
I feel like
only because like Antonio looks up to Mercedes so much and like he loves playing with her and stuff like that. So for her to just wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna end all your shit.
Yeah. There's one, I can't remember where I saw this, but it's something on Netflix. And the mom of the deceased forgave the guy. Not only did she forgive the guy, she wrote letters back and forth with him. When he got out of jail, she let him in her house. She visited him in jail. All of this stuff. It's like, I understand that you lost a child. This guy is not your child.
What you're describing sounds like I Am a Killer Released.
That's what it was, yes.
But he didn't kill her kid.
Okay, maybe then that's not the one. This one 100% killed him.
That lady was like there for him when he like found Jesus and stuff.
Oh no, this one she absolutely, like without a doubt, this guy killed him.
Another one is too of like a parent forgiving is the girl from Texas. She killed her mom, she killed her brother. She attempted to kill her dad, but her dad survived.
Oh, yeah.
All because they told her she couldn't have the 20-something-year-old boyfriend that she had at 16 years old. So she had her boyfriend in front of his attempt to kill her whole family. And that one's kind of fucked because she could have saved her brother if she wanted to, but she literally gave him up to them. Like, oh, he's in the other room. And they went.
I honestly, I feel like she killed him. I know she says that she didn't, But I don't know. Something in me just says that she killed him.
But her father, when he came to and whatever, was like right there by her side. Still to this day visits her in jail. Like,
it's different when they are related to you. There's a different stipulation. But like, this guy was not related to her. She didn't know about this guy until the court stuff. For you to be visiting him, taking him into your home, all of this stuff, like, absolutely not. Get out of my face.
yeah. So back to the story.
Yeah, right? It's super sidetracked.
Yeah. State prosecutor Klaus Dieter Schultz, in requesting the charge be reduced to manslaughter, acknowledged there were extenuating circumstances. He also agreed with the defense that Marianne had purchased the pistol a week before the shooting to commit suicide. Okay.
Fair enough.
After 28 days of negotiations, the board agreed on the verdict. 4 months after the opening of proceedings, she was convicted on March 2nd, 1983 by the Circuit Court. The Circuit Court Chamber of District Court Lubeck for manslaughter and unlawful possession of a firearm.
Okay.
I don't agree.
Right. Free our girl.
Yeah. The defense's argument that the act was not premeditated was mostly upheld by the court. She was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but was released after serving 3 years.
Yeah.
Marianne married a teacher in 1985, and in 1988, they moved to Accra, Ghana. They lived in a German camp where her husband taught at a German school. They were divorced by 1990.
Yeah. Poor thing. Not great.
Huh?
Not great. She's just finding her happiness elsewhere, I guess.
Yeah. After relocating to Sicily, she was employed as a euthanasia aide in a hospice location in Palermo. Palermo. There we go. Yeah, I was saying it right either way. It's the Jersey accent.
It is.
That's another thing that a lot of people don't realize. Like, I got a heavy Jersey accent. What you hear now is me masking my voice.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's like, oh, your voice is perfect for a podcast. No, the fuck it's not.
No, the fuck voices.
My masked voice, yes. My work voice, absolutely. She was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in Sicily and then returned to Germany. Aww.
Yeah.
In 1994, 13 years after her act, Marianne gave an interview to the Deutschland Funk.
Deutschland Funk.
I said Deutschland instead of Deutschland.
Yeah.
But I still pronounced
it. Was good. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
All right, cool. 7 Radio. The same year, her autobiography appeared with the German publisher Schneekoltz.
Oh, God. Yes.
Verlag. I got the second part.
Verlag.
On September 21st, 1995, she appeared on the talk show Flige. Flige?
I think so.
Flige. On Das Estre TV. Sometimes you like dead ass, bro. Sometimes you have to say German words mad as shit.
Yeah, to get it.
For them to actually be pronounced correctly.
Facts.
I've heard Germans in casual conversation. They sound like they ready to fight.
Right.
Like,
it's true. I love it.
Yeah. So she appeared on that TV show where she admitted to shooting her daughter's killer after careful consideration to enforce the law on him and to prevent him from further spreading lies about her daughter, Anna.
Yeah, so the lies of supposedly her seducing him, which again, 7-year-old, bro.
People are dumb.
Yeah.
In a documentary from 2006, a former friend also said that Marianne practiced shooting in the basement under... Why you ratting her out, bro?
For real, snitch.
Under Tapasa after Anna's murder. So after the murder pre-trial, okay.
Yeah.
Marianne never expressed remorse for her act of vengeance in public, as she fucking shouldn't.
Thank you. Our
Why the
girl.
why the who the what? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, I think she was the perfect person to do a Mother's Day episode because I'm like, you go, mom. She did that shit.
Absolutely.
I feel zero remorse for, not remorse, pity for the guy. I just don't. I don't care.
I don't I cannot find it within me to have pity on a sex offender.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
You reaped what you sowed. You made your bed. Now you got to lie in it.
Facts,
Fuck
literally.
off.
You you dug that bed 6 feet under.
Absolutely.
But her friend though snitching. Bitch.
Facts. Like, get the hell out of here. I don't care if it's 2006 or
Oh god.
2016. Like, you ain't gonna snitch me out, bro.
Right.
She was never your friend.
Yep. She ended up dying, unfortunately, Marianne. Before her death, she asked that the Norddeutscher Rundfunk reporter Lucas Maria Boehmer to accompany her and film the last stages of her life in this sort of documentary. On September 17th, 1996, Marianne died at the age of 46 from pancreatic cancer in a hospital in Lubeck. Her final resting place was next to her daughter Anna in Bergtor Cemetery, Lubeck. Her story has resulted in 1 play, 3 films, 3 documentaries, and 1 book.
Although I am not German, I would love to play her in a movie because I could encapsulate that rage.
I feel so. But yeah, absolutely.
That's
That's it, guys. She's not no longer with us, and she served 3 years in prison. Go
yeah.
her.
I mean, but she went out in a ball of glory. So
She sure did.
there's that.
I think that was the perfect avenge for her daughter.
Absolutely. You always got to avenge your children, bro.
Yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you think it was vigilante justice? Do you think it was like something she shouldn't have done?
You know,
Do you agree with it? Do you
do
think
you
she should have got a
disagree?
right? Like
And
what?
if you disagree, tell us why.
Yeah, I'm
We're
here to
not going to
hear.
come for anybody in the comments. We are genuinely interested on what you would do as a parent, whether
Right.
you're a mother watching this or whether you're a father. Because guess what?
Yep.
We got a special episode for y'all as well.
Facts.
And we're going to have special guests
Yes,
for that
that's
episode.
true.
So,
At least
so
for
excited.
at least for me, you know how we usually have the what would you've done? I would have done the same. I would have done the same.
Absolutely the same. Probably
Yeah.
a revolver because I can handle a revolver better in my hand.
Yeah. There's, if you guys are interested, this video on YouTube of her actually committing the crime, and she is dead face, just deadpanning the whole time. And it's just crazy because like they want to say her grief is not there, and I'm like, that's all grief. That's all
That really
grief.
is all grief. When you're sitting there, you're about to commit an atrocious act. Words. You deadpan.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you're a fucking psychopath who takes pleasure in it. Then you're probably laughing and giggling Joker style. But for
Yeah.
most people, when it comes to acts of revenge, it's just nothing. Like I said, the only thing I would have changed was the type of gun. That's it.
Right.
Plus, revolvers are smaller to carry around.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But that is our episode on Marianne.
Hope you enjoyed joining us here on Sunday. Hoping this goes up today.
I'm pretty sure you have it within you to get it up and running today.
Yeah. Hope all the mothers have great Mother's Day.
Instead of like watching or doing the other ones, do this one first so you can have it posted at least before midnight and then go back to the other stuff. Anyway.
So this will be an in-between thing between Rwanda.
Yes. We wanted to give you guys a healthy break. Plus it's the holiday. And who are we to not celebrate a true crime story that has taken place on Mother's Day? Also, if there's other people that you want to hear about, let us know. There's a ton of people who have taken vengeance, whether it's uncles, cousins, moms, dads, grandparents. There's a legion of them. So you let us know. Like I was telling Michelle when we took a little break, there's a story about a mom whose birthday was actually yesterday. She killed 5 of her kids.
Yep.
So it happens, guys, unfortunately so. But as always, thank you to my friend Marvin for the intro and the outro beat in the beginning and the end of our lovely episode.
Yes.
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're supposed to be on Instagram. And we got Gmail, Alcohol and Atrocities
Podcast.
Yeah, that. I was just about to say Alcohol and Atrocities or Alcohol and Atrocities podcast. You can find us either way. But as always, like I say almost in every single episode, the easiest way to find us is through Facebook, because I stalked that Facebook page. We got a new follower, a friend of mine, who didn't even know I had a podcast. So once I told her, she's like, give me. And I was like, okay. So shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name because I don't know if you want your name said out in public, for joining us in this fuckery that we decided to do. As always, if you're listening on YouTube, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Don't tell us how ugly we are. We already know.
Right. We can't handle it, guys.
Yeah. And plus, there's nothing we can do to change it. Plastic surgery is too expensive and your girl is broke. Because as always, I've made it a point to start saying we do this for free. We do this for the fuck of it. We don't do it for monetary value, because we just enjoy talking about true crime and we wanted to bring other people into it. Also, if you have anything to say about the way we record our videos, understand we don't got money for a studio or a setup. So here we are, her on her laptop, me on my desktop. So if the video does lag or anything like that, don't judge us too harshly.
Bear with us.
Yes, because we did this because you guys asked for it, not because we wanted to do it. And we're here to do what? Please the fans.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, as always, no, there's more than that.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's 27 on Spotify, 60 on Facebook.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
And then there's 4 on YouTube.
Yes, so proud of y'all.
Yes. And oh yeah, for our international listeners, because we do have some international people on Spotify. If there is anybody that you want to hear about that we haven't covered and they're
something
not that
local to you, yeah,
please let us know. If there's something that you do not want us to cover, please let us know. If there's just some things that you guys can't handle, let us know. We're not here to give everybody the heebie fucking jeebies.
Right.
You know, but as always, keep your assholes tight. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye.
Bye.